What's up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. I'm still currently recording all of my entry videos in one night because I am ambitious and I like getting things knocked out, which is terrible sometimes when you have to be patient and wait. But anyway, today I am going to do another entry, but I forgot to share some drawings that I had. So, with that being said, here's some of my drawings, and I think they're amazing because they are supposed to be like your very typical high end fashion ad or like picture or something. And I'm looking at this one right now, and I think it's so funny. So I'll show it here, and my drawings aren't perfect, but I have at least a decent level of doing faces. When it comes to doing a whole body, I've gotten slowly better at it, but I'm not like perfect at it. So anyway, this is a fake like Prada ad that I made, and it just looks so goofy. Like the guy's face looks so mischievous, and then the amount of ass I gave this woman was crazy. Like, look at that, holy dump truck. Like, bro, come on. I really like her face though. Her face was freaking awesome. The body posture overall is kind of weird, and her hand holding the bag equally questionable. Her fingers look like salad fingers. And yes, I fully intend to make that reference. Next, we have not a ad for a particular brand, but I just think it's funny. It's a little comic I made. This was on January 26th, and the last one was actually on the 22nd of the year 2025. And the comic says, David, I can't believe how ridiculous you're acting. Sorry, babe. The hat stays on during sex. And this is what that looks like here. So that's David. At first, I had the chin kind of fucked up, but then my friend and I looked at it and I started redrawing it. And then he was like, yeah, it looks pretty good. And then this is the supposed lover. She's kind of got, her hand on her hip right before they start going at it. I just think it's funny. It was like a spur of the moment idea I had, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Next, we have a Balenciaga one that I made, and this was on the 27th, and I thought this one was pretty well done proportionally. Maybe his shoulders are a little too far forward, but it's supposed to be like a winter 2025 or 2026 type of deal, where he's got like a jacket, some weird shoes, and then I made a little bag there, which I don't think has ever existed. So this is my personal design. If you're going to take this design and actually make it, you gotta contact me. You know, I'm just messing. But if you do actually, I would like one. Please and thank you. For free. No, I'm kidding. I'll pay. Unless you give it to me at a discount price. I'm dragging this out way too much. Anyway, let's actually get into the intro or the entry. The intro entry. Let's get into the entry. No, yes. Let's get into the entry. And this one was on February 3rd of 2025. Recently, I've had a huge case of senioritis. Every class, my brain just shuts down, and I feel no motivation to learn besides the fear of failing and the need to graduate. I just keep telling myself to just pass the class. I also need to take the FE exam, which is the huge exam for engineers. The exam is a whopping 6 hours long and covers a wide range of topics. Unfortunately, I have not taken a class on every topic, so my score will suffer unless I can find help. On a more upbeat note, I've reignited my passion for clothes and have actually committed this time. I've contacted my grandma about it, and this weekend we're going to go look for materials. I plan on making a thin jacket with some unique design on it to make it stand out. I should really start pursuing this passion because if I want to one day wear iconic clothing, then why not make the clothing? Why not become the new name in fashion? The only thing that can stop me is myself. Wow, how cliche. Anyway, that jacket, we have all the stuff cut out. I just need to cut out the materials now because I had it all stenciled out and we cut the stencils. And we also picked out the materials. I'll show it off when it's done. I really think it'll be pretty dope. And I have a couple other designs here on the back as well that I might pursue later on. I'll just show those up here for the camera to see. Just some quick spurt things. This jacket I have a huge idea for, and that's one that I for sure am going to go for. So that... Bet you didn't expect this, because neither did I. My video stopped recording during that. So, as I was saying, the jacket design is one that I have this big idea for, and one that I really am going to go forward and do. And it's kind of my driving force in this whole fashion thing. Because that jacket is going to be sick. I have this little idea. Like, you can look at the design, right? But there is a customizable thing that I want to do with it that'll make everyone be like, that is sick. I can make it to my own. And I want it. So I can't wait to finally get to, to that point where my skills are good, in which I can confidently make something like that, because something like that, I need to be locked in. It's going to cost, for materials alone, probably like $150 if I had to guess. Material costs a lot. Like, for the jacket itself that I'm making right now with my grandma, that thing was $70, and that stuff was on sale. The stencil I basically got for free, which was pretty good. But anyway, yeah, those are just some of my fashion ideas. If anyone from any of the high top fashion brands thinks that's cool, hit me up. I'd like to show you my designs and make my own thing, because I want to do something in fashion, possibly. Going back to the entry, though, yeah, the FE exam, I have not signed up for it yet. I've studied for it every once in a while, and I recently did a full-on run-through where I just, from start to end, do all the questions. It took me about 4 hours, and I had like 11 questions that I didn't have answered, because some of the, like I said, some of the stuff on there I haven't taken at all, because my major is actually a little bit different from those who are actually taking it. So I didn't take things like water resources in transportation, for instance, because that is a civil engineering thing, and I'm currently studying construction, so, don't always get all the same classes. Overall, this semester so far has been pretty ass, in my opinion, and by far one of the worst ones I've had so far. This past week has been terrible because my sleep schedule has just been straight thrown into the dirt, and as much as I try and, get myself to go to sleep, I've sat in bed for like an hour before I actually fall asleep, and it's so annoying. And I'm so tired, and I'm still so tired. And I think I got sick maybe, but I kind of don't want to say I got sick because I want to go finish the jacket tomorrow, or at least start making the jacket tomorrow with my grandma. Again, I feel like I'm learning nothing in my class. I spent 3 hours today trying to make something happen for my homework, and I just felt like I got nothing done. I just was there for 3 hours trying to work the Excel sheet and nothing. And I spent the prior day another 3 hours in my professor's office going over the homework, and I was having such a hard time. And I'm glad I finally got the first half of it done, but the second half, I'm still coming up with questions. I'm still emailing him. And this stuff's not due until Friday. And for those of you who don't know, it's Friday. But by Friday being due, I'm talking next week. This thing's due next week. I need to chill. there's other things I need to focus on because on Tuesday I have a presentation that I have for my whole like capstone like end of the year class that encompasses all of your classes into one thing. I need to prepare a presentation for that, and I need to finish my papers for it. And I'm just like, steel. I need to do steel right now. And it's like, no, that's not what you need to be focusing on because that's due Friday. You got stuff due Tuesday. Like, do that stuff first. Like, because my original plan was let me get steel out of the way. That way, the only thing I have to focus on is this capstone thing. But that's not the case anymore. I need to like learn to be flexible and like flip. But I'm always like, I need to finish the thing I started. Just like how I'm doing this with my videos. I started recording my entries and I want to get them all done tonight. But I don't have to do that. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm just running low on everything. Sleep, time, motivation. It's a whirlwind. It's the last semester. I'm already a quarter of the way through it already and I don't even realize it. And I'm thinking right now about how on one of my quizzes, which turns out to be an exam, I don't know why he would call it a quiz, but I didn't do too hot on it. And those are like the only graded things. And I'm like, hey, I want to go talk to him and be like, hey, let's make sure I graduate at least. Because I'm typically an A student. But like, this semester with the way everything's going, I'm like, dude, just pass the class. Like literally that's my mentality this semester is just pass the class. Ugh. This final semester sucks ass, bro. It's so bad. Oh. I was listening to Pink Floyd and their album Dark Side of the Moon for like the first time. Like I actually sat down to listen to it. And oh my gosh, I've just listened to it on repeat. It's so great. If you haven't listened to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, I highly recommend it. I totally understand now why people like wear the shirt and everything. Oh god. I cried listening to that song. The Gig in the Sky or something. The Great Gig in the Sky. That song, it's beautiful. It literally made me tear up. And then I screamed in the car. But I think that's mainly because I was emotionally at my limit. I'm pretty sure I was emotionally at my limit. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I think, a couple more to make. Yep, I got two more. But I think I'll actually wait on these ones because these ones are today's date, that being Valentine's Day, and I'm tired. I want to make music at 1:19 a.m. when I should be going to bed. I laugh at myself. I'll see you guys later. Peace.